With the highly anticipated arrival of Skyblivion on the horizon, I felt compelled to shine a spotlight on what I consider to be the greatest mod ever created for Skyrim. Enderal, a total conversion mod, transcends the very idea of what a mod can be. It's not just an add-on or a tweak on the original game, it's a fully fledged standalone experience that stands toe-to-toe with the best AAA titles in terms of storytelling, world building, and emotional depth. Set into a meticulously crafted fantasy world brimming with mystery, danger, and philosophical intrigue, Enderal is a journey that will leave you breathless. Beneath the vast, shimmering veil of Vin sky lies Enderal, a land of beauty and fractured dreams. From the jagged peaks of the Frostcliff Mountains, where the wind howls like a mournful dirge, to the sun-drenched shores of the Power Deserts, where the sands whisper secrets of civilization long buried, Enderal is a land of both light and shadow. Its regions are not merely places, they are living, breathing entities, each with its own pulse, its own story. From the heartland of the Sun Coast, where gold fields sway under the watchful gaze of ancient ruins, their stone etched with the weight of forgotten gods, or the emerald embrace of the Whisper Wood, where every rustling leaf seemed to murmur warnings of the darkness that lurks beyond. To the north, the glacial expanse of the Frostcliff Mountains looms, a realm of eternal winter, where the air bites, snow hides more than it reveals. And to the far south, as the ash belt stretches, a scarred and desolate wasteland where the earth itself seems to bleed ash, a grim reminder of the cataclysm that shaped this world. The world of Vin is a tapestry of rise and fall, of civilization flourishing and crumbling. The Lightborns, godlike beings who had maintained order for millennia, fell, and chaos engulfed the world. Amidst this turmoil, the island continent of Enderal stands as a beacon of stability. Governed by the Holy Order, Enderal clings to the legacy of the Lightborns, refusing to acknowledge their demise. This denial becomes the foundation of its order, making Enderal a sanctuary for those fleeing the chaos of the wider world. But beneath its serene surface lies a land teetering on the edge of dark secrets. To say too much about Enderal's story would be to rob you of its magic. This is a narrative designed to be undercovered, not handed to you on a silver platter. The world of Vin is alive with centuries of triumphs and tragedies, each piece of lore waiting to be discovered through exploration, dialogue, and introspection. The protagonist's personal journey mirrors the grander mysteries of the world, creating an intimate yet epic tale that feels deeply personal. Enderal is a slow burn, a story that rewards patience and curiosity. It's a narrative that trusts you to connect the dots, to piece together the fragments of its lore and foreshadowing. By the time the revelations hit, you realize the truth was there all along, woven into the fabric of the world from the very beginning. This is not your typical fantasy tale, it's gritty, thought-provoking, and unflinchingly honest about the weight of fate and the human condition. Enderal is a direct continuation of Nerim's story, another full conversion mod this time realized for the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And yes, it's also great, it's not as polished and refined as Enderal, but it's great nevertheless. While in Nerim we take the role of a young mage coming to terms with the oppression of magic by a chancellor and the civil war gripping Nerim, only to set the stage in the war against tyranny and the oppression of the Lightborn. In Enderal, we are a nameless refugee, just trying to escape the misery of Nerim with your friend Cyrus, only to discover that after the death of the Lightborn, you're left in a world without masters, gods, and answers. Enderal heavily dives into existentialism, making players question the nature of reality and their place in a world filled with uncertainty, and especially through its intense narrative, you will come to certain points where you will not know what is true and who to trust. Additionally, the role of religion and belief is also significant, showcasing how they can both benefit a society by granting it stability and be used as a tool for control. Enderal also explores the dynamic of power and authority, particularly how the Holy Order holds control by manipulating the truth, contrasting with the rebellion against the Lightborns in Nerim, which showcase the consequence of overthrowing established power. It also looks at the challenges of governance, highlighting the struggle to maintain stability in a world facing upheaval. In Enderals, the characters are a standout feature. Companions like Jasper, a roguish mercenary with a sharp wit, and Kalia, a reserved warrior with a troubled past, are brought to life by excellent voice acting and nuanced writing. I'm not gonna lie, in my opinion, are some of the best written characters in most of the games that I ever played before. These aren't just quest giver or combat buddies, they're fully realized individuals whose stories intertwine with your own, creating emotional stakes that linger long after the credits roll. Even minor NPC have depth, their backstories often revealed through conversational or scattered books, adding layers to the world without overwhelming the player. What is particularly impressive is how Enderal balances its ever themes with moments of levity and wonder. There is a melancholic beauty to its storytelling, underscored by a soundtrack that blends haunting melodies with stirring orchestral pieces. The bard songs performed in taverns are also very nice. Each one grants the game a special type of medieval charm. Enderal doesn't just reimagine Skyrim's world and story, it completely overhauls its gameplay. Gone is the use it and improve it skill system. Instead, Enderal adopts a more structured classic RPG approach. You earn experience points through quest, combat, and exploration, which are then converted into progression points for combat, magic, and crafting, and memories, which are perk points. Those points are spent on skill tree that align with the traditional RPG archetype: warrior, rogue, and mage. But there is a twist. To improve specific skills like one-handed sneak or elementalism, you'll need to hunt down learning books. Those books, which can be purchased or found in the world, permanently boost your skills by 1 point. However, they're expensive and finite, adding a layer of strategy to your progression. The choice is yours, and it makes every decision feel meaningful. Like Nerim, the key to progression is tied to exploration, acquiring coveted armor sets, spellbooks, riches, and weapons from handcrafted dungeons and location will be your main source of progression. Rushing the main quest and ignoring side quests and exploration can leave you unprepared to face the difficult journey ahead of you. One of the main advantages that Enderal has over Nerim are that the side quest felt much more refined and tailored compared to Nerim, at least in my opinion. Instead of rigid classes, you build your characters through a combination of skills and talents. You can mix and match abilities from different disciplines, such as melee combat, magic, and stealth, to create a unique playstyle. To a newcomer, Enderal will feel initially harder than vanilla Skyrim. Additional mechanics such as the need to eat regularly to regen your resources, and the penalty of arcane fever, which causes healing spells and potions to inflict a debuff that penalize attributes while above 40% and will kill you if it gets above 100. Managing arcane fever is really not that hard and should not scare you from playing Enderal. It can also be lowered by finding ambrosia potions, and I'm sure that you can probably find a mod to remove arcane fever somewhere if you dislike it so much. How do you play Enderal? In my humble opinion, Enderal is not just worth playing, it's essential. And here is the kicker: if you ever purchased Skyrim, and let's be honest, who hasn't bought at least one of Todd Howard's countless re-releases, Enderal is completely free. There is no risk, no refund button to it if it's not your cup of tea, but trust me, you will not be disappointed. What makes Enderal truly special is the sheer dedication and passion poured into it by its modding team. This isn't just a labor of love, it's a testament of what can achieved when creativity and ambition collide. It's a rare gem in the world of gaming, and it deserves every ounce of praise it receives. So if you're ready to dive into a world that will challenge your mind, tug at your heartstrings, and keep you hooked from start to finish, Enderal is waiting for you. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe. Happy gaming!